What is ISO 27001? To give it its full title, ISO IEC 27001-2013 Information Technology Security Techniques, Information Security Management Systems Requirements, is an international standard published by the International Organization for Standardization, or ISO. From this point forward, we'll just refer to it as ISO 27001. What is ISO 27001 for? ISO 27001 provides a standardized approach that outlines how to manage information security proactively, allowing you to identify and manage your information security risk. It is widely recognized as a best practice approach for achieving this. Why do I need ISO 27001? Quite simply, it provides a practical framework for protecting information, one of your most important assets. It demonstrates to interested parties, such as customers, regulators, and investors, that you are able to appropriately secure information in your possession. It also provides reassurance to internal and external stakeholders that information security is being managed effectively, thus helping to ensure good corporate and security governance. How does ISO 27001 work? ISO 27001 advocates the use of an Information Security Management System, an ISMS for short, which is made up of a standardized set of policies, processes and procedures to help you identify what information needs to be protected, what types of protection you require, and what mitigating actions can be taken to address any identified risks. In effect, your ISMS outlines the approach you take to managing your information security. Why does ISO 27001 matter? There are many ways your organisation can be impacted by a failure to protect your information, and the consequences can potentially be catastrophic. For example, in Europe, a failure to protect the personally identifiable information of your employees or customers could result in your organisation being prosecuted under the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR. This carries with it fines of up to 4% of global turnover, or €20 million, whichever is the higher. If a failure to protect information becomes public knowledge, it can also lead to negative publicity in traditional or social media, resulting in significant brand and reputational damage, and impacting your organisation's ability to generate revenue. Implementing an ISMS based upon ISO 27001 will help you to identify where your greatest risks are, and for you to deal with them appropriately, and reduce the likelihood of significant impacts occurring. Again, this will reassure your stakeholders that information security risk is being managed effectively. ISO 27001 certification. In order to provide further reassurance to your stakeholders and customers in particular, you are also able to seek independent certification to ISO 27001. This is a process where, following an assessment of your ISMS by an accredited certification body, you are able to provide evidence that you meet the requirements of the standard. A fuller explanation of ISO 27001 certification is provided in a separate video. Is there a legal requirement to comply with or be certified to ISO 27001? There is generally no direct legal requirement as such. Organisations choose whether or not to implement the requirements of ISO 27001 based upon the benefits that would be gained by doing so. However, you should pay close attention to any contractual obligations you may have for protecting the information of clients and other stakeholders. There is an increasing trend where customers require third-party suppliers to implement or certify to ISO 27001, thus making it a legal requirement by way of a contract. How long does it take to implement ISO 27001? There is no straightforward answer to this question, as it depends on the size and complexity of your organisation, what systems and processes are already in place, and what resources are available. However, in URM's experience, it typically takes between 6 and 9 months for a small, low-complexity organisation to fully implement ISO 27001. With larger, more complex environments, 9 to 18 months is closer to the norm for fully establishing an ISMS. This naturally assumes that the appropriate resources are available to achieve the desired outcome.